of NBA 2K TV, we'll be chatting with Coach Doc Rivers, showing you how to do CP3's and Blake Griffin's popular moves, and also showing off your top 2K TV Air highlights. So click on this button below to start the show.
It's an Eastern Conference matchup as the Toronto Raptors come into town for this one. At Barclays Center, the fans here in Brooklyn amped up for their Nets. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg with the fourth member of our team, Doris Burke. So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. Amir Johnson at the 4 with Valanciunas at the pivot. Lowry and Williams, the guards. And it's DeRozan in the 3 slot. On defense, Toronto. Johnson, the pass to Williams. Back to Johnson. To the middle. It's stolen by Valanciunas. A shot by Williams, no good.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game. Brook Lopez, an elite scoring big man. Tremendous size and shooting touch. He might be the best low post scorer in the NBA.
Young dishes to Lopez. Just 5 on the clock. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That's foul number 2 for him. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Here's Johnson. Soft touch off the glass. Johnson's got the first points up on the board for the Nets.
And for Brook Lopez, always gifted offensively. That's a given. Where he's improved, I think, is in his defense and rebound. It takes a lot of effort to move that big body around, but he's made that commitment to really get after it, and it shows.
On defense, Toronto. Lopez, a screen on DeRozan. Lopez kicks to Williams. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Tipped away. Williams with the steal. Flushes it down to finish the break.
Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof. And turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about.
Williams attacking. Shot clock at 6. Johnson, the pass to Young. And the shot falls short this time. And Lopez, over 7 foot tall, 275 pounds, guys, not especially athletic. And that can leave him, Steve, sometimes vulnerable defending away from the rim.
Yeah, that's why a lot of teams try to put him in pick and roll on the perimeter, just to test his agility and try to get by him to get into the paint.
Williams with the ball, and it's Johnson picking him up. And again, it's the Nets missing. For Toronto, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Williams dishes to Lowry. Here's Johnson. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. Brooklyn making some changes. Plumlee comes in for Brook Lopez. And Jarrett Jack is subbed in for Brown. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Young with the steal. And Jack, here we go. To the paint. Plumlee. And that one is stuffed right through.
The defense just couldn't recover in time.
Yeah, the D pretty much went brain neutral on that one, Clark. Wouldn't
yes,
you?
Sir. I like that phrase.
Yeah, I don't use that phrase very often, but to me that's what happened. He shifted the brain into neutral.
Yes, he did.
That was embarrassing.
Career best performance from Kyle Lowry last season, posting best in scoring and assists. A lot of people felt like he was the player most egregiously overlooked when it came to the All-Star game.
And the foul on Jarrett Jack. That's his first foul. So for the Nets, Jefferson's checked in for Young. Allen Anderson comes in for Joe Johnson. And it's Bogdanovich in for Williams. And Toronto also making a switch. Ross is checked in. Now here's Ross. And DeRozan with the basket on the assist from Ross.
Very well done. He is a confident, dynamic scorer.
Here's the screen. Back to Jack. The Nets working the ball around now.
Rock hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one.
The Statue of Liberty, I believe it's called.
Johnson sends the screen for Williams. Johnson attacking. And again, DeMar DeRozan.
Well, I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Patterson against Jack. Jefferson kicks to Bogdanovich. He feeds it to Plumlee. 6 to shoot. Jack passes to Plumlee. Ross dishes to DeRozan. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Pretty bad defense letting the offense get right to the rim, but smart play to foul once he was there.
But you know what's going to happen, and they sent a message right there. Nothing easy inside.
Both free throws good from DeRozan. Here's Bogdanovich. And no good trying to get that one. At the end of one. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Raptors?
And they've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
So for Toronto right now, Vasquez out there with Lowry. Then there's Patrick Patterson. Then there's Tyler Hansbrough. And it's Ross in the small forward. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Whoa. That'll wake you up. My goodness.
Is he an athlete or what?
He just lives above the rim. I mean, dunks like that have become routine for him.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Hey, Kevin. Kyle Lowry was a hot name in free agency, but he opted to remain with the Raptors, signing a 4-year, $48 million contract. As Kyle said, you don't get many opportunities to have a team you can call your own. Guys, after playing as a backup for most of his 9-year career, Lowry is excited to have that lead role.
He had to work to become a star player. It's great to see, Doris. Thanks. The Nets making a switch here. Young's checked in. Shot's good.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
And it's Lowry penetrating. He dishes it to Patterson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Patterson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Kyle Lowry, an unrestricted free agent this offseason. Last year playing really well in a contract year. The question is, can he maintain that level of play now with this new deal?
At the line for your Nets, Joe Johnson.
And Lowry, one of the more underrated players in the NBA, but he's also gotten into it with coaches in the past two clubs.
Yeah, you know, some locker room concerns, he can rub folks the wrong way, but I tend to always want to give the player the benefit of the doubt in this situation until you know for sure what the issues are. Nothing wrong with a little sandpaper coming from a player that's out there competing.
Brown, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And he makes both free throws. Well, Joe Johnson, a 14-year veteran. Most of our fans remember him back in Phoenix, probably the fourth best player on that team. Steve, just go back to that time. I mean, just scary.
Well, if the Suns could have kept him, you think about what might have been. That was a team that came very close for 4 or 5 years to being a championship team, but never got to the finals. So Johnson moved on to Atlanta, where he became an all-star. And you always wonder what might have been in Phoenix.
Raptors have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And Joe Johnson in his second season in Atlanta averaging 25 a game, but that was 8 years ago. Last season, around 16 a game.
The Nets working the ball around now. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
And DeRozan, here we go. Clock at 6. Williams gets the bucket.
And age starting to show for Johnson. A below-average player efficiency rating the last 2 seasons. But he's still owed $48 million over this season and next.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. The drive by Lowry. And it's blocked by Brown. Right side, Williams. The reverse. And the layup is good. Now just a 5-point Raptor lead.
Now they're finally starting to shoot the ball a little bit better now.
You know, I thought this was the kind of play they needed in the first quarter, but as I always like to say, it's better late than never.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Plumlee's checked in. And then for Toronto, Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Johnson. Ross comes in for Williams. And it's Vasquez in for Kyle Lowry. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, guys, common wisdom among players is that it's better to be an unrestricted free agent than a restricted one. However, a recent study found that comparable players ended up making more money in restricted free agencies. Teams know they have to overpay to avoid a player's team matching that offer. Kevin?
Oh, some good examples from this offseason, Doris. Great job. Thanks.
Yeah, the contracts given to Chandler Parsons and Gordon Hayward come to mind. I mean, both were able to command max salaries despite not yet being star caliber.
Talk about a come-from-behind story. The Nets were at the bottom of the Eastern Conference before the calendar turned to 2014, but they slowly climbed their way back up the ladder and ended up having an excellent season.
That's his first personal foul.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Jefferson's checked in for Young. Anderson comes in for Joe Johnson. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Darren Williams.
Jarrett Jack.
Now here's Ross. Following the shot by Jarrett Jack. Vasquez kicks to Valanciunas. That falls. Great assist by Vasquez. Now it's a 7-point Raptor lead. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way.
Difficult to explain that turnover. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did, but he really lost his place on the court.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Johnson, he's checked in for Patterson. Williams comes in for Terrence Ross. And it's Lowry in for Vasquez. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And he gets it to go. Johnson's got the lead up to 9 now for the Raptors.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
That's good. Anderson's got his first 3 points of the game.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Williams passes to Johnson. Stolen by Anderson. Pass to Bogdanovich. Makes it off the glass. And now it's just a 4-point Toronto lead.
Boy, they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Second quarter ends in a tight one. The Raptors out in front, up by 4. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. It's been quite a game for Jonas Valanciunas.
That'll be important to see, if they can slow him down in the second half here, because so far they have had no answer for him down on the block.
Well, you've got to mix up the looks you give him. Bump him out some, front him, play behind, double team him. But right now, he looks unstoppable in the paint.
Young out there with Johnson. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then there's Brown. And it's Williams at the 1. So that's the group for Lionel Hollins as we begin the second half.
Lou Williams now about 2 years removed from his ACL tear, and a lot of times you can play a year but really not feel 100% until the following season. So hopefully he gets back to the level we saw him in Philadelphia.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
He kicks it to Johnson. That's tipped. Outside Lowry. Back to Williams. From past the arc. Rebound, Brooklyn.
When you talk about Williams in Philadelphia, the Sixers really featured him in their offense with great quickness coming off screen. Boy, he's a terrific scoring sub off the bench.
Shooting for Brooklyn, Joe Johnson.
And for Williams, so much of his game built around his quickness. Getting healthy could make Clark, I think, a huge difference.
And that's certainly the hope, Kevin. Traded away by his home team, the Atlanta Hawks. No doubt motivated to prove he can still contribute at a high level.
Now the dish to Valanciunas. That shot wide open. Valanciunas has got 9 points.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
That's what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. More of the same. Get it inside.
Terrence Ross is checked in for Lou Williams. Williams dishes to Johnson. Feeds it to Young. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And it's Lowry penetrating. Ross with a wide open look. His three-pointers off the mark.
Boy, I'm shocked he didn't make that one. He usually knocks that one down with ease.
Williams kicks to Johnson. Back to Williams. Pass to Young. Again, Young missing.
1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time getting it going here.
This is to Johnson. Lopez against Johnson. Lopez, no luck.
They're struggling here. They're just 1 of 5 to start this third quarter. They've got to loosen up here.
And DeRozan. Here we go. Johnson, the pass to DeRozan. Brown again. Lowry. The second chance effort. And the shot is good. Lowry's got his first points in this one.
Well, I doubt that was the plan there on that trip, guys, but they did get the shot to go.
The Raptors, one of the top defensive teams in the league last season. Not something we've historically associated with this franchise, but give credit to Dwayne Casey and his staff. I mean, they've got this young team competing at that end of the floor, and that's where it starts if you're going to be good defensively. You've got to want to play at that end of the floor.
Here's Lowry, following the basket by Brook Lopez, and stolen by Williams. Brown dishes to Johnson. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Now just a 4-point Raptor lead.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
And the Raptors call time here.
Joe Johnson is also sometimes called ISO Joe because of his ability to produce buckets going one-on-one. There's nobody better in that situation in terms of creating a shot with ease and never shying away from the big moment.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. And then for Toronto, Tyler Hansbrough is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Patterson comes in for Amir Johnson. And it's Johnson in for Terrence Ross. A shot by Lowry. Wide open.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Bogdanovich.
And you talk about Johnson's ability to get his shot off. 6'7", huge frame for a two-guard. And with his ball handling ability, he can really create space for himself.
And again, no good by Toronto.
I thought he'd make that one. And that's his range, and the defense nowhere to be seen.
And Jack, here we go. Anderson can't get it to go. And Johnson's so smooth, Clark, but you know, Joe, his size and strength, sometimes it seems like he could do more to press the issue and draw foul.
Well, you know, I'm not going to be overly critical. This guy is terrific as a one-on-one isolation player. He used to average over 5 free throws a game, but that number has declined. But that may be more a function of him maturing in his career and picking his spots to be aggressive and not wanting to draw contact.
And Jack kicks to Bogdanovich. Back to Jack. It's stolen by DeRozan. He got it up. And we've watched 3 so far. Nets trail by 4. So for Toronto right now, Amir Johnson at the 4 with Valanciunas at the pivot. Lowry and Williams, the guards. And it's DeRozan in at the small forward. And Plumlee kicks to Johnson. It's deflected. It's stolen by DeRozan. The shot by Lowry, no good. In transition, here come the Nets. And Bogdanovich kicks to Lopez. The pass to Jack. They grab their own miss. Plumlee dishes to Jack. But they recover it. Bogdanovich passes to Jack. Johnson attacking. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Johnson's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Nets. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over here.
Well, I just, you know what,
he's
Kevin?
disgusted.
Come on, Kevin. I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Plumlee. Brown comes in for Bogdanovich. And it's Williams in for Jarrett Jack. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Lionel Hollins gave to his team during that last break. He loved the work they were doing on the interior, saying, listen, they've got no answer for us inside, and we're not going to let them off the hook now. Keep pounding it down low.
All right, Doris. And it's Johnson penetrating. The feed now to Williams. Can't connect from short range. Williams with the ball. Picked up by Brown. Lowry kicks to Ross. Here's the 3. That's good. And the Raptors lead by 5.
He's really looking to stretch this lead out, even with the cushion they have. Still letting it fly from long range. I love the aggressiveness.
And now here comes Williams leading the break. Lets it go with the 3. Here's Lopez. Goes back up. And it's Johnson penetrating. And there's the call on Lewis Williams. That's his first foul. The Raptors making a switch here. Vasquez comes in.
Into the lineup for the Raptors.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Johnson dishes to Brown. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one's good.
That's some grit and determination in the post. Essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Exactly. I mean, this is the time to attack on the interior and